being my constant supporter. I've had many challenges when we first got started with Be Encouraged. There was a time that I rang him, it was a funny story, I rang him about a video and I said, I'll see how it goes. He said, don't give me the BS, make it amazing. So he's always about perfection, he's always about doing things with excellence, because that's one thing that I know my son, looking at his office building, the way he goes about doing things is just absolutely to the exceptional. And he's always been there since the beginning. I also want to thank Danny, who actually had an idea, Danny Carson from St. Paul's. I just had an idea on how to do Instagram and how to do the images. He actually came alongside me and actually supported me throughout the whole journey. I also want to thank all the guys that have supported me, especially on Instagram, the NFL players, the football players, rugby players, all the family and friends, especially Rocky and 413 guys. Thank you so much for your constant support, because without you, I can't do this. I want to especially thank Johnny Grant, who actually I owe a lot of things to. He actually supported me from our Cherry Home Church. He actually got behind me, gave me encouragement. I'm so glad that he's here tonight to support me in this special day of celebrating 1 year. So I just want to share a couple of thoughts on this whole idea of being encouraged today. Firstly, I don't actually stand here knowing everything I do, or I don't have all the qualifications to make a difference in the world. But what I do know is I have a story of hope. A story of hope which every single person can relate to. No matter where you are, no matter what you've done, no matter the current state that you're in life, that you have a story, that I'm sharing my story that is close to my heart through Instagram and through other various mediums. I just want to talk about life of faith, how a life of faith looks like. Our friend Abraham in the Bible, who actually lived a life of faith, who he was always on the move because God is actually speaking to him on a constant basis, on a regular basis. He actually was constantly listening to God because Abraham was always on the move. He never stopped. He was always on the move. He was holding on to this dream that God gave him for a very, very long time. If you imagine, he was meant to have a child. He was waiting for a very, very long time, but he never gave up. He held on to that faith. He held on to that hope. With God on your side, you give him your life, and he actually paints a picture that is full of life, a picture that has meaning, a picture that has a purpose. And what you do with the picture is that you take it up and show it to people and come and see what God has done in my life, because that is the picture of life. Because every one of you have a picture. Imagine you take that picture and you're walking around in your workplace, you're walking around with your family, you're walking around in the supermarket, and you actually take the picture and you hold it up, because people can see picture. People can relate to picture. People can relate to what's in your heart because they actually see the picture inside of you. Because God is actually the masterpiece. He actually paints with a brush, and you give him the empty canvas, and he paints and he paints and he paints. He never stops loving you. He never stops giving up on you, because he is always love. So I just want to say, what do you want your life to be known as? What do you want your life to be known as? At the end of the day, we're all going to die. What do you want your life to be known as? Do you want your life to be known as a life of adventure? Do you want your life to be known as a life of faith? Do you want your life to be a life of love? Do you want your life to be a life of hope? Because Be Encouraged today is about a life of faith, a life of hope, a life of walking into the unknown and going into the uncharted territories, because I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But God came alongside of me through people, because God always brings the right people at the right time. So all of you guys are very close to me, very special to me, because I wanted to celebrate this very special day with all of you. So I just want to say, Be Encouraged is a positive voice for anyone who needs it. Because we all need a positive voice, no matter where you have been, no matter what you have done, because we all go through dark seasons of life. It's what the people around you actually makes the difference in your life. So I just want to leave that with you. That thank you so much for coming today, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. I'll pass it on to Simon to say a few words.
Yeah.
Andrew, I'm sure that every one of the people here would like to say a few words, and so they continue to do so. But can I say from me that you are truly one of the most remarkable people I have ever met.
For sure.
And you started by saying you didn't think you had all the qualifications to, you've got all the qualifications and some.
Right.
And I say that because you do two things for me in particular. You inspire me on a daily basis. You wake me up too each morning with your text. You inspire and you also give me perspective. Because, so when we first started, Andrew came to me and said, I decided to get an Instagram thing off the ground, could you help? And I didn't know Andrew very well at that stage. I said, sure, that's at some stage we should catch up. And then Andrew called every day saying, could we start now? He said, yes. So we sat down and had a conversation about what that might mean. And I said to Andrew, what you should do is go and write your story, write it in chapters, and then we'll see what that story's like. And that was in a cafe, and by the time I got back and made a few calls, the story had come through to me. And it was a page long, and it was not only gripping, it was mind-blowing of the reality of the story that as a family you've experienced. So then I called Andrew and said, this is amazing. What you should do is now write 3 lists. People that you know but not well enough to reach out to, and people that you'd like to connect with. And within a matter of hours, that list comes back. What I had no idea it would be is NFL players, and professional footballers, and business leaders, not only in New Zealand, but across the world. So we said we should pitch that story to media to see how that goes. And I thought some media would have an interest. What I didn't realise is the degree of interest that they would have, here in New Zealand and around the world. And so one of the things Andrew said is, we said we should set a target. And at this stage, Andrew had a handful of people that were following him. And he said, I want to get it to 100,000 people. And I said, well, there's dreaming bigger than me. Oh, no, no, it's going to be 100,000. He said, and then I want to be 1 million shortly after that. Well, there's the community that he has now on Instagram, but there's the people that you've reached. And by my telling, that's well over 500,000 people. By when you add in the Herald, you add in radio, and you've had digital print radio in New Zealand and in Sri Lanka. So you have visualised and delivered everything that you said that you might. And the reason you've done that is every part of you, every part of your story is authentic. It's heartfelt, it serves a purpose. And you are to us the embodiment of someone that walks the talk. Because a number of us would say we should, and we get covered in shoulds. But you do. And you do it every day from 4:30 in the morning to the time you go to bed. And so on behalf of me and my family and everyone here and the community that you communicate with on a daily basis through your Instagram conversation, we set a target for 1,000 people. We wanted that in a year, and let's do it in matters of months. You know, 2,500 people for me, if you line 2,500 people up, arm in arm, we get to Mission Bay and back. That's a lot of people. If they were in here, we'd be on bumps. But that's a group that forward to your inspiration. And when you get NFL players, amongst others, coming back saying, what you do is amazing. I don't know who you are, but you're amazing. It's because you are. So thank you for everything that you do for us. Open floor, and Mike John's going to close us out. But is anyone else, while we're here, would like to, apart from Rocky, because Rocky will go next, anyone else after Rocky?
Rocky's got the words.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say anything after that. Just want to Andrew here, well done, and congratulations on the 1 year. I remember catching up with you a few years ago at McDonald's Green Lane for a coffee on a burger. But,
Sure.
I think you bought a ticket to fly to San Francisco to attend the Bethel conference, and you just decided to go and chase after God, and I think after that you had some words spoken over you, and just to see where it comes from that, and to start this Instagram page and to see the people that it's reached and encouraged, it's amazing. I guess testament to your faith, and it's just see the people that you've impacted. It's been quite humbling just to be a part of it, and just to see where you've come from, and yeah, I'm sure everyone's here, and they're quite grateful for your influence in their life, and yeah, there's still a few more years, and all the best, and yeah, sorry I couldn't say anything.
I can say, I'd like to say something. Andrew, you are an inspiration. My kids call you EY8.
You were in the car. They brought you eight to church again. And then they've been going since they were little, around 9. You are a part of church for them. We come down and we park in a little off-limits car park, and we shouldn't have parked there, but we do. And Andrew's yellow Mitsubishi's there 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
So for them, you are 8. You are a big part of going to support. And I just love that fact. You know, you turn around, you smile, shake my hand. You normally got your Bible, and you're just ready to go. And I find that an inspiration every Sunday that I'm there. And not knowing your story, which I found phenomenal. I didn't know your backstory. You become a great friend, but I didn't know your backstory until you sent it to me when it was in the Herald. And I only fell off my chair. Because that's how humble you are. You didn't share that with me. I didn't know. We never got to talking about that. So I found that inspirational again. So I think what you're doing is an amazing thing. It takes a lot of guts in this society these days. You just wear your heart on right on your chest, and everybody can see it. And I just wish you all the best. And why not 1 million people?
Why not? Yeah.
Why not? Well done, man.
Can I just add there, so I'm Nera Lee, for anyone I haven't met, and so how long have we known Andrew? Maybe 2 years? And for me, Andrew, I just you were reintroduced to me goodness, like kindness and goodness, and not that I thought I was lacking, but just the level of good that you are makes me just want to be better and be a better person. And so I'm not like everybody. We've had some dark seasons in the last couple of years, and we look at each other and so I'm saying, oh, I'm just going to go for Andrew, and often we'll put you on speaker and we'll sit there, and you know, we have amazing family and amazing friends, but you're often the first person that we want to connect with. And how deep and how lucky are we that we have someone we know that we can just call up and who's just going to feed us this support and this goodness and this kindness. And it really inspires me when other friends, if I get the opportunity or the privilege that someone comes to me, I often think about you and just your commitment to when people ask for help and how you treat us, and I try and pass that on. So it's really lifted my standards of what being a good person is and what being kind is, because your standard is just phenomenal. So thank you for that, because that's pretty cool.
Natalie wants to say something. All right, I'll say something. So, I really appreciate this guy. It's like Simon said, it's an inspiration. For me, the most amazing thing about him, and most of you are Christians and so on, is that he gets up 4:45 and he's up, he seeks the Lord, and he wants the Lord's guidance in everything he does. He wants to make his life count for God, and it's not rhetoric; it's actually by action. And if ever I need anything from him, I know that he can jump in straight away. And his heart is so good, as Neri said. So the Lord is strong in you. And what I'm excited to see is the future and the legacy that you leave when we go to be with the Lord in heaven. The legacy that you leave, I think possibly through your workplace you can become a superstar there in the workplace. And that's my real belief of that. To impact so many people. But again, I get up early, and I know that you've been up before me and seek the Lord, and I want to know what He wants for my life for the day, and I know that you've got up and done that before. So for me, amazing inspiration, amazingly good person, amazingly kind person, and all of your friends here, I know that they see your beautiful heart, and from mum and dad, your mum and dad, I'm sure they're so proud of you. I'm sure your brother is so proud of you. When I met your parents, then I can understand you as mom and dad, maybe the most loveliest people I've ever met. Humility of his father, this incredible mother's love and kindness for others. You can see it planted in you. So definitely we are honouring you. And I said to a boy at school today, because he was a little bit rude to his mother and was, some not good stuff. I said, look, in the Bible it talks about if you want to live long in the land, honour your parents. So I think your life is going to be very long. And your legacy will be very, very large of all the people that you've impacted. And still I believe in the workplace, so many incredible things will happen through your code writing. To become an architect and maybe a great architect who's able to talk to people. And I think that's going to be the impact that you'll have. That in those areas that you're working in, where those people find it very difficult to communicate, you can communicate with them, but then you can communicate to the marketplaces as well. So I think the sky is the limit for you with your work. So I just want to give those words to you, brother. Thank you. And I appreciate your friendship and your inspiration. God bless you.
So I kind of know Andrew through Teacher. I know Andrew through his brother Reno. On the weekend I made a comment that the boys laughed about and I said, Andrew, you are so jovial. You're jovial all the time. And they were like, who uses the word jovial? So it does. It means extremely joyful and happy. And so I guess I come across a lot. I'm a lot in the marketplace, so I notice a lot of people that are Christians supposedly in the marketplace, and you're like, man, where's your joy? You look just as sad as the rest of the people sitting around us, you know? And so it's awesome that you're in the marketplace. It's awesome that you have this joyful personality. I feel like that really shines for Christ. Need to stop doing that. I'm extremely reminded of the scripture in the Bible that says those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. And it's just so evident to see that in you. So I'm extremely encouraged that the word of God is true and never, it is what it says that it is. And you, I guess, are a living testament of that. And that you are extremely encouraging. And you yourself are always encouraged. You're always in top Christian form and stuff. But yeah, I'd like to say that, as you said, out in the market, it's like, oh, let's try to be authentic. The moment I'm in HR, so the moment that anybody says that to me, I'm like, oh, all right, you're already not authentic because you're trying to be authentic. But you're extremely authentic. I think that you have got a wonderful personality. You've got a wonderful character. Your integrity is, you are who you say you are, behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. And that is not an easy thing to achieve, I think, in the world that we live in. So, yeah, you're awesome. We love you a lot. Like the 450 family, we love you a lot. And we totally appreciate the encouragement that you give the guys, us, and just, who you are. So, God bless you.
Thank you.
I don't actually agree with anything. But I guess it goes without saying, we're incredibly proud of my brother, but like he is younger than me, but I do look up to him in so many ways. So, like most people have already said, just his commitment to seek God, like most people probably don't see a lot of what he goes through, but it's in those times that he still keeps pressing and, still keeps encouraging, himself and all those around at the same time, So it's not easy to do, but that's just a, story of how far we've pushed as a family, come through. So, and then, but you get to see through the struggles, but now on the other side, the goodness of God, and then we get to broadcast it. So, totally the goodness of God, but it's being able to press in those times of struggle and still put God first, still encourage others. Really commend my brother and also thanks for the support around that he's had. But this is just a start.
Thank you.
it's my privilege to pray. But just to say something really briefly, and so many good things have been said, but we're here celebrating this amazing initiative, and yet it's not a projection, and so we love and are inspired by your tenacity and your creativity and your ambition for what you're doing. But I think the thing that we're all saying is it comes out of the core of who you are, and so we can't resist speaking about you rather than this thing that's come out of who you are and what you believe. And you spoke about Abraham, Abraham being this one who followed God, heard God's voice and moved, and that's been the story of your life. But for me, for me personally, knowing you for the last 4 years, a different image, and that is of this immovable rock. As we came into St. Paul's, some of you are involved in St. Paul's, part of St. Paul's, but we hit some pretty rough water, and you from the very beginning were like an immovable rock that wouldn't be moved, by anything. And so, I just appreciate your faithfulness and commitment personally, which are just such rare traits these days. But they're priceless, absolutely priceless. So when I get up on a Sunday morning and wonder what it's going to be like, I think Andrew's going to be there. That's the thing. Andrew's going to be there. Some of you further down the list. And it's just amazing to have someone who's just a rock, and a rock of strength, faithfulness, and commitment. So I just can't speak highly enough of just how much we appreciate you over these last 4 years. So thank you. And this initiative just comes out of the pure core of who you are. So I'd love to pray on our behalf for this next season. So Lord, we want to thank you that you are the living God, and that in you we live and move and have our being. And Lord, just like you called Abraham, you call each one of us. And so Lord, we thank you for that call on Andrew's life. We thank you for that call that you breathe your spirit into this initiative, this project. And so Lord, we want to thank you. We really celebrate what you've done over this last year in bringing this to fruition and giving it birth. But Lord, we just pray over this next season that you would re-inspire, you'd re-energize Andrew, you'd gather others around him. And Lord, we pray that just as you breathed on this project, that you would continue to breathe your life and your fire on it, that it would go far and wide, it would be a source of blessing and encouragement and security for many. And Lord, we just pray that you would expand our imaginations, even beyond Andrew's ambition, that we would see even greater things than what he desires for this. And so Lord, we thank you for the last year, but we pray for the years ahead, that through your spirit, through your empowering presence, that we would see even greater things that we've seen today. And so, Lord, we thank you for your provision. We thank you for your blessing upon Andrew and what he's putting his hand to. And we thank you for all those involved in it. And we pray that you would strengthen and encourage him as he encourages others. So, Lord, we just ask for all of this for the glory of your kingdom. Amen.
Thanks, guys.
So it is a birthday celebration, so it would be fitting to finish it without a cake. So it's a 1-year-old cake. Clearly you're not one, but what the program is, so if I light a candle, then you might be ones for Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
dear.
Happy birthday to you.
Hooray.
Hooray! Hooray! Oh dear.
Do you want to say anything, Andrew? Be encouraged with cake.
That's it. Yes, wants a piece.
In?
You can go. So,